naogopa kushinda mwanaume ni talking to me with the eyes. I get a hint of the perfume that I like. Wear it like a disguise. I come around with the perfect alibi. Midnight, pouring my heart out like it's water. Tick-tock, you know this night ain't getting younger. Feels like chasing a star up and down in the sky. I can't get enough of sweet, sweet loving like we're just a couple bees, please. I'm good to you, honey. Believe me, and I'll be sticking to you. I'm glued to you, honey. I'm glued to you, honey. Hey. Ooh, I'm glued.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Spend the day with me, or rather let me spend this day with you. I'm going to run a few errands. It's on a weekend. Mostly on a weekend we have that special dish that I love cooking, and also I run so many errands on a Sunday. Not like every Sunday. There are those specific Sundays that I just step out. Like I want to go to the car wash. After the car wash, I'll go to the car wash that is at Meat Commission. In that manner, I'll be able to pass by Meat Commission and also pass by some spice store that I love going to. My favorite spice store, it's called Chespal. Since I started using Chespal, I've never changed my brand of spices, and I'm planning of just sticking by Chespal because they have nice spices. You can't find any trace of stones in their spices, and their spices are just original. The aromas from their spices is so natural. It's never fake. Like, it's never fake. So if you ever want good and legit spices, just visit Chespal, or maybe find them on IG still. Chespal Organics. You will find them there. Just DM them, order whichever spices that you want. They also sell kombucha. They sell, yeah, they have a lot. Their store has a lot. I can't just praise them for no reason. I praise them because they have good spices, and I've used these spices for the longest time and I really love them. Just give credit where it's due. So, and I can't go to Chespal minus getting myself more sick. It's so good. So I passed by the car wash. I was just chilling and taking the mursik as I wait. After that, the car was so clean, so we headed back home. I was with my daughter, and then I passed by the grocery place, picked a few groceries. Mostly I wanted avocado and some tomatoes, then went for a refill, and that was it. We were headed back home. And when I got home, because I want to cook, I can't just cook with a very scattered kitchen. It looks clean, yes, but there we have a few dishes in the sink, and also I feel like I should clean the floors, clean the gas cooker, like clean the entire kitchen before I can start cooking. I really have that habit of just cleaning my home, cleaning my kitchen before I can start doing anything. Unless I'm in a rush, then I can just cook and not clean. So I'll just arrange these towels over here because, yeah, they've been disarranged. If you have kids at home, you know that some things just can't stay intact. You have to just keep arranging every now and then. Like, these tomatoes were removed from there. I don't know what they were doing with them. I got some melon along the way, so I just want to slice them, put them in the fridge. They have already eaten some part of it. The rest I'm going to just put them in the fridge, and then they'll just have later as the day progresses. It's still early. It's not late. It's still mid-morning. I ran my errands very early, so I don't want to spend the entire day just running errands, because on a Sunday there's a lot to do. You can take your time to hang out with the kids, so you don't have to be doing chores the whole day like the other days. I want to clear the dishes from breakfast. After that, I'll clean the entire kitchen. I hope you get the motivation from this video, and if you do, please like the video, share it widely, and please don't skip the ads, because that is where we get our revenue from. That is where we get the motivation to keep going.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's float for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be?
You know, steel wools don't work well with stainless steel pots, so I had to figure out a way of just scrubbing some stains from my pots. And we have those stuff steel wools that they kind of like metal and very hard. They really destroy the fingers. I did not want to use that, so I decided let me just use sandpaper to scrub off the stains. And trust me, I tried that for the first time and it really worked. I think I'll be doing the sandpaper more often. Mostly I have the sandpaper in the house, but I use it on the edges of the floor when I get to scrub the stains and everything from the floor. But I've never known that I can use the sandpaper on the stainless steel pot. It really does work. And also inside the sink, it really does work so well because I get to scrub off the stains from the sink. You know, if you just wipe your sink and you don't get to just scrub it off, it's going to get some stains, sticky stains, and the sink will start turning brown. So always normalize of just on scrubbing your sink more often. So I use the sandpaper, then after that I'll just wipe with the cloth. And there's something disgusting about just the kitchen. If you have a window that you're facing and you normally clean, like watermarks get into the window, I usually just wipe the watermarks using the window and glass cleaner, because you can't just be washing and maybe washing food there and seeing the watermarks. I normally just wipe up the watermarks. It's the cleaning in the kitchen is the best part in my life. Like, I enjoy doing cleaning in the kitchen. Apart from the camera, honestly, I love a clean kitchen and I love a clean home. Sometimes I get tired, I know, because most of the house chores I do them myself, but I make sure that I have a clean home. All the surfaces are clean. Even the stains on the cabinets, they are always visible because these cabinets are white. So I always try my best to just wipe the stains from the cabinet like every day. If I don't get to do that every day, because you can't clean every day, but I make sure if I spot the stains, I will wipe them. Even if it has to take days for me to spot them, I will always wipe my cabinets. And one thing that I make sure to make my kitchen stay clean is to always wipe off the appliances. As you can see, I always open this door of the kitchen, and mostly because we are on the dusty season, the dust comes in a lot. I make sure I wipe all the appliances. I wipe the microwave. I wipe all the appliances that I have the kitchen. Like the fridge, I get a lot of dust on the surface of the fridge, so I always have to clean the fridge. With the gas cooker, I clean it daily. I can, if we are in the house and we cook like 3 times a day, I get to clean it twice a day. But if I'm not cooking like thrice a day and I get to cook in the morning and in the evening, I do get to just wipe it once in a day. That is even if it is in the morning. If I get to wipe it in the evening, that is if I'm energetic to clean the kitchen before going to bed. But if I'm not energetic, honestly, I won't force myself to clean the kitchen before I go to bed. I'll just leave the dishes. I won't even arrange them. Depending on the mood, I won't arrange them. I'll just leave them like that. Tomorrow morning is another day. I'll wake up and I'll do the chores when I'm more energetic. And I usually wipe my oven every Sunday because I use it the entire week. I can't be wiping it like every week unless we have like every day, unless we have spills inside there. But I usually take time during the weekend to just wipe the oven inside. But on normal days, I just wipe it on the sides and also on top of the gas. With my fridge, the the tip for me to make it clean is always wipe my fridge once a week. I remove everything and clean everything that is in the fridge. That is the time I get rid of the food that have overstayed, which is very rare of me to have food that has overstayed in the fridge. I make sure if I do put any food in the fridge, we get to consume the entire food. It's rare, it's very rare for me to throw food away. So if I have leftovers, I make sure the leftovers are eaten the next day, or even if we do forget or we have other food, I make sure that we eat the leftover within 2 days, if before they go bad or before we get bored. And when you get to have leftovers, sometimes you feel like they don't taste good if they stay in the fridge. That imagination of that they don't taste good, but they do usually taste good. So I make sure that we eat all the leftovers. You don't have to throw food away with such an economy, even if it is not about the economy, but it's not nice to throw foods away. With my microwave, I usually use vinegar and water mix. Yeah, that is the only thing I use on my microwave. I've learned the hardest way when it comes to the microwave. I had a microwave which was white in color, and that microwave did corrode because of the salty water. I used to wipe with salt and soap, which I felt like was the biggest mistake I ever did. So with the recent microwaves, I've been just using vinegar and water mix, and it really works so well. When it comes to the fridge, let me tell you, you don't have to use harsh detergents to wash your fridge. Just use mild things to clean your fridge. With me, I just wipe with plain water. I wash the entire organizers, yeah, those stands over there. I wash them with water, running water, and then with the fridge, the inside, I just wipe with a clean cloth. After that, I'll spray vinegar water mix. That is a portion of half water, half no, 3/4 water and a little bit of vinegar. Then I spray inside the fridge and finish up just to give it some freshness. So after I'm done, I arrange back the foods, cut off some lemons, just put them whole inside a bowl or something, or even a cup, and place them on the bottom of the fridge so that the fridge doesn't get to have bad odor. Even if the food goes bad and it is still in the fridge, you won't have bad odor when you have the lemons cut and put inside a bowl. Inside that, the bowl has to be open. If you don't have lemons, just use baking soda. Just open baking soda. I prefer opening it. People just say, no, just place it even if the lid is closed. No, how will it work? It won't work. I put the baking soda while it is open inside the fridge, or maybe just pour a little bit of the baking soda inside a bowl of water, little bowl of water that can fit in the fridge. You don't want the bowl to take a larger space of the fridge, yet you have things to store inside there. So I get a small bowl, put a little bit of water and a little bit of the baking soda, and just place it there. Trust me, the fridge will never have some foul smell. So with these things over here, I love washing them. They get stains a lot, and whenever I remove everything, I switch off the fridge, let the ice melt down, and then I'll come back and just wipe every stain from the fridge. After that, I'll also do the rubber. Let me tell you, the people who came to fumigate my house, I'm sorry, I did give them a shout out, but I think it was a mistake because I gave them a shout out before inspecting my house and see the kind of work they did. I did not take time to inspect it thoroughly, so it came as a shock after a few days when I came to some places and I found out that no, they did not do the work that was needed. Yes, I got them through a shout out from Angel Legwa's channel, and I thought they did an amazing job. And I said, why not try them? Yes, I tried them. And at first, I thought they did an amazing job by just seeing the outside arrangement and everything. But to my shock, when I came to wipe my fridge, the lady had removed even the rubber. You all know I've done the rubber thing for the longest time. The lady had removed the rubber, but the rubber had still a lot of stains. You know, some cockroaches can stay inside those rubbers, and that rubber had stains from I think, the poop of the cockroaches. So I don't know why she removed that rubber and did not do anything that is required of them. And I'm still seeing cockroaches in the house. Yet I did pay for fumigation. Honestly, if ever you come across this video or somebody tells you about what I've said, just know that your team is not doing a good job and they did not do anything good. Even after calling them back to come and redo the work, it was not professional. According to me, it was not professional, because whoever recommended them, even Anne the Omeka recommended them, and Anne, at Anne's place, they did an amazing job, and I was motivated to call them because they were praised so much. But why do you have to do, in certain places you have to do a good job, and in certain places you have to do a bad job? Does somebody need to tell you what they do for you to be doing a good job? Like, no, that is not good. If you're taking their contacts from me, just know that I'm no longer recommending them. No, I'm no longer recommending them. Just do it at your own risk, or maybe they'll start doing a good job. But I still see cockroaches in my house, so I've decided to just sweep the house. After that, the kitchen, and then I'll be mopping my kitchen. I normally use liquid soap that is meant for dishes to clean my floors, but on this day I added a little bit of, there's a different hack I did learn. I don't know if it is new, or because I felt like I just guessed it. I just added some little bit of Dettol and a little bit of some jik, and then that is bleach, yeah. And then that is what I used to mop my floors. I used some warm water and mopped the entire floors. So with that, it gives the kitchen a very fresh, like it makes the kitchen smell so nice. Like, it feels so fresh when you use that, the two combos, compared to the washing detergents that I've been using. So I think I prefer the Dettol, a little bit of Dettol, and the jig. That really works so well with me when it comes to the kitchen. So we'll just clean up this kitchen. After that, we'll get into something else. I've had so many questions about this mop, if it is worth the money I spent getting it. Yes, it is worth, but not that we have so many brands when it comes to this mop. We have the fake ones that can break, and we have the strong ones. So I got that mop, and I think it's better than the normal mops because it's flexible and makes my work easier. So I've finished arranging the fridge. I want now to prepare this chicken. The guy who sold me this chicken told me he can't do it because he fears doing whatever I want to do to this chicken. So I told myself, it's not like it's something that is new to me. This is something I do so much. Even before I started buying chicken that is not that it has been already prepared, I decided, you know, the word which I don't want to mention on this video, but I'm already done doing it, and I want to remove the feathers, and I'm going to use hot water. After that, I'll be cooking it. I don't know if you fear doing this to your chicken, but I love it. I think I prefer preparing it myself that way from scratch, compared to just getting the one that has been pre-prepared. It's okay to always get one that has been prepared. So what if you come across somebody like the person who sold this one to me and told me he doesn't do that, like he fears chicken? Sorry, no offense, but I've never seen a man like that in my life who says they can't, like, cut the chicken. Like, what? Hey, I told myself, because it's not something that is new to me. This is something I've done even from childhood. Let me just do it myself. And I was talking to the chicken. It's an habit that I'm used to, just telling the chicken to hush. Yeah, And in a span of minutes, I was done on the gas cooker. I was trying to remove the last feathers and I was jump starting the charcoal so that I can use the jiko. If you've been here long enough, you know I love slow cooked meals. And slow cooked meals, that means I'm going to use an earthen pot. Earthen pots are magic. You can't misadvise me about that. Like somebody asked me, why would you use a pot in the city? And who say the pot belongs only to the countryside? It's only that we've evolved. Time has evolved. Can I say that? That is why we've come from the time people used to use pots to the all the pots that are now in store. So many pots that people prefer using. But let me tell you, old is gold. I got used to that and I love that. It's a passion. I don't force myself to do that. I love foods from my earthen pots and I will always use my earthen pots. So I'm going to prepare it slowly and nicely and then I'll be putting it inside the pot. Let it boil. I just want it the natural way, so I'm not going to add any spice in this chicken. The only thing I'm going to do, I have some baked tomatoes that I want to blend and then add them inside that chicken because it tastes good when it is natural. The only thing I'm using is the baked and blended tomatoes mixed with some baked garlic and onions. Those are the few paste that I'm going to add. It is the paste that I'm going to add inside the chicken, and then I'll garnish that with spring onions, that and a little bit of tarragon. If you know tarragon, you know tarragon smells so nice. So those are the only thing I'm going to use in this chicken, and trust me, it came out so delicious, like so delicious. You would always want to try that out. Like I always say, I love spices, but not every meal calls for spices. There are those meals that I would ditch using spices. Somebody did say that, no, why do you have to hide behind so many spices? And as I said, we have natural and we have spices that are not natural. So you don't have to say that somebody is hiding behind spices for them to get flavors. I can always give you food with good flavors minus spices. Trust me. I will always do that. So don't just judge because you see somebody using spices. If you start using spices, trust me, you won't be talking the way you are talking at that very moment you did say that. And there are spices that I would boldly say that somebody is hiding behind those spices to get flavors for whichever foods they are preparing. If I prepare my food the natural way without any spices, it will still taste good. That is how much I love I trust myself, and that is how much I would romanticize my food. As somebody did tell me that, no, you are romancing your food too much. It's not nice. Please let people do their thing. So I've cut the tomatoes. I've mixed tomatoes that are raw and some are a little bit ripe, some are ripe, with some onions and some garlic, sprayed some oil and also sprinkled some salt. We are going to bake this for 40 minutes until they are charred, and then we shall be blending them and use them. So here I have some fish that I bought yesterday. I just want to marinate it and put it in the fridge. I'm using some garlic powder, some turmeric powder, curry powder, and a little bit of smoked paprika. Yes, this time I went and got some smoked paprika and a little bit of oil, which I'm going to spray, which I was not supposed to spray. That was a bad way of doing that. But I did wrap the spices nicely, covered it, and trust me, this came out delicious the next day when I did cook them. I wish I did share that recipe. But yeah, you can marinate your fish like this, put it in the fridge, and have it the next day. Just cook it whichever way you want to cook it. It will just come out delicious. So with this fish, I stir fried it, and then added a little bit of the paste and let it boil, and that was it. I want to make one of my favorite breads. One of my favorite breads. If you've been here, you know I'm obsessed with this bread. So I'm using the brown bread flour to make the bread, though you can use the white flour. but I told myself, let me make it healthy, not a little bit healthy. Let me make it healthy so that it is like you don't feel the guilt of consuming anything that is bleached, but you can still use bleached flour. So I'm going to sieve this flour because it has a lot of fiber, and the fiber inside there is way too much for me to tolerate, my stomach to tolerate, and even the kids to tolerate. So I have to sieve it, add a little bit of salt. This recipe calls for coarse salt. So if you have coarse salt or Himalayan salt that has a little bit of bigger particles, you can use that. I've used some yeast. Depending on the portion of the flour, you can use the yeast. And then I've used like 1.5 tablespoonful. This is wrapped sage. I love sage and I love spices. I wanted to add in sage, oregano, thyme, but today I said I'm going to be minimal and I'll be introducing a new spice, a new herb into this recipe, which I haven't used before. And I loved it so much that I'll be doing it more often. And this recipe calls for olive oil, no any other oil. Just get olive oil because the texture and the taste that the olive oil gives this bread is different from the other oils that you would wish to use. Like you would ask, no, I can just use any oil. No, this recipe calls for olive oil, so just go for olive oil. Then I'll just hand mix it like this. I won't need this dough, and then I'll be covering it, let it rest a little bit, and then I'll come back and cover it, then mix it a little bit, then cover it again for the second time. Cover it with a damp cloth, put it in the microwave because the microwave is warm. You can put it on the surface depending on the temperatures of your place. My place is always warm, so I'll be putting it everywhere, anywhere. My tomatoes are nicely picked. Hey God, I've really talked a lot. Just forgive my scattering of whatever I'm saying. So I'm going to blend the tomatoes, and these tomatoes taste so good. Let me tell you, it's a good sauce. You can pair it with toast in the morning, but you can also use it in cooking. So I'm going to put it in the containers, let them cool down, and then I'll put them in the fridge. So whenever I want to make something, I'll just grab it, and this makes my work easier. It is the best hack you can ever have. Just bake some tomatoes with a little bit of garlic and onions, and they'll turn out amazing. So I've added a little bit of oil to help me lift up the dough, and then I'm going to apply this tray. This tray, when I got it from Pandamat, it was meant to make chicken, but it has served me all round, and it really did well when it comes to baking this bread. I don't know why I've been struggling, yet I can get these small things that can really make my work easier in the kitchen when it comes to cooking. So I'm going to give it like 7 folds, as many as I can, and then I'm going to put it in that tray, spread it evenly, cover it, let it sit for like 10 minutes so that it can double before I can bake it. But before that, I'll sprinkle a little bit of oil. Like I said, this recipe calls for olive oil. You can use as much as you want, but don't go extreme. Anything that is healthy, if you go extreme, it becomes dangerous as well. So I'll sprinkle a little bit of the salt. Make sure they have bigger particle. That's why I said coarse salt, sea salt. This one is sea salt, coarse sea salt. So I'm going to make a twist on this bread because it was exciting to add in a little bit of the almonds. I soaked these almonds before I could peel them, and then now I'm going to use them in this bread. This was the best idea ever. They really had the nutty taste and the crunch. Whoa, that was so good. If you're a healthy eater and you really want to break the monotony of just taking ugali, go for that bread. And I've added a little bit of coriander, a little bit of the green pepper with chicken. It's magical. And then I have some sprouted dengu, sprouted green grams that I did sprout for like 3 days. I washed them, soaked them, then sprouted them for like 3 days. These dengus I will be using in a different video to make samosas, and I love sprouting my dengus. I've never sprouted and brought the recipe here, but I love sprouting them. So I'll cook them until they're a little bit I don't want them mushy, but I have a way I'll be cooking them. I shall show you that. The chicken is done. This is how it looks. It looks so delicious. Can you see how it looks natural? You can tell that it's very natural. We did not add any oil on that chicken. It just cooked it with its natural oils. So this is the tarragon I was talking about. If you're confused about tarragon, just go to any food market, Naivas food market, the places where they sell herbs, the fresh groceries. Just check there. It's written tarragon, or is it tarragon? Yeah, the herb is so nice. You can use it like you would use dill. You can use it like you would use thyme, but I think you would use it like you would use dill. Yeah. So I'm going to add it into my bread, give the bread a little bit of the punch, and then I shall bake this. I shall cover this a little bit and then bake this for like 20 minutes on low heat, because I normally I know hey I normally say to the time that I'm going to bake my stuff, whatever I'm baking, because my oven doesn't have the temperature setting. So if I set it on low heat, it gives the results that I really want, because you're dealing with low heat, it can really make anything. So that is the spelling of tarragon. That is why I had to show you that, in case you want to go and get it. And then I've covered with a foil and parchment paper, because I want it to cook slowly, evenly, before I can uncover it and let it brown. That is the hack of me baking my stuff. That is how I love baking my stuff. I don't just put them direct on the flame. And then the next thing that I want to make, because tomorrow is a week, tomorrow is on a school day, and as I said, not every day I get to do everything in the evening. So I told myself, I still have time. The day is still young. Let me just make some cupcakes so that the kids can find some cupcakes to carry to school. So that is brown sugar, which is jaggery. I've added like 2 eggs. Is it 2 or 3? A little bit of oil, and then I'm going to add some essence, and we shall add in, like, this is a recipe that I just came up with, and I said to myself, if I mix this and this and this, I'm going to come up with good cupcakes. It was an experiment, and my kids really love these cupcakes. At first they were like, Mom, that is a lot. What are you mixing? You're throwing a lot of things. Like, I did put in seeds, I put in almonds, I put in chia seeds, I did put in linseeds, some dates, yeah, dried dates that I removed the inside, the seed, and then cut them into smaller pieces and then threw them inside that cake. I threw some sesame seed, I threw in some linseeds. Linseeds are flax seeds, if you don't know. Then I added in some chia seeds and some almonds. Let me tell you, this was delicious. And the spice of the day that really made this aromatic and flavorful was the cardamom pepper, cardamom powder. I added a little bit of the cardamom powder and gave it a good mix, and just put it inside these foil cupcakes, that foil cup whatevers that I got from Pandamat. These are a saver. I think I'll go for more, so that they can help me be doing my baking in an easier way. So I'm going to bake them also for 20 minutes after I'm done with the bread, and then these ones will come in handy tomorrow. That is on a Monday, to carry for the kids to carry to school. Like, there are days I get lazy honestly, until I have to go and buy a snack, which I really feel pinched, because buying snacks is more expensive than you making your own. Like, you also get to take care of the stomach of the babies if you do make the snacks yourself, because there are some snacks that do irritate a lot. So the dengus are done. As you can see, this is how I do remove them. As firm as they are, they make good samosas, and our bread is done. Can you see that? I wish you could get the aroma and the aroma from this bread. I wish you could get it, like the olive oil. Later I'll brush the olive oil on top of the bread, and then we shall cut through and see how nicely it's cooked. So we've put in the cupcakes, And this is how the bread looks like. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa. It looks so good and it's so full and very soft. Like the best part that I love about this bread is it's crunchy on the outside but soft in the inside. So with this bread, as I said, if you want to break the monotony of taking rice, ugali, chapatis, you can always just make this bread. Take with something that is more healthy, like the free range chicken. Like I love it with free range chicken and the soup. Can you see that? The bread is breading. It's so nice, and the fillings, yeah, this bread was so delicious. So I made a little bit of broccoli. I steamed some broccoli on the side so that we can have our the we can have some vegetables in our plates. Like I've never just taken a meal minus any greens. Like I have to include my meals with a little bit of greens, and broccoli is my favorite greens ever. And I love it because I can always just stir fry them a little bit, like for 2 minutes, and they are ready. I love them green and crunchy because in that case they retains a lot of nutrients and don't get rid of the nutritional value when you're cooking your greens. So this is how I served the bread and everything, a little bit of avocado, a little one piece of chicken, and the bread, and also some broth over there. And this was delicious. And also the cupcakes, can you see that? They came, hey, they came out beautiful and they were so delicious. If you want to pick the recipe, just go on. It's very delicious. And then I have something here that I've always wanted to get. I felt like it was time I get a new dispenser. Yeah, I really wanted a new dispenser and I went for this. This is new in the market, not so new. So many people have gotten it, but I wanted to just have this digital dispenser and I love it. I honestly love it. Let me show you.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow, where you go.
Honestly, I did not understand the kind of bottle that is supposed to go inside there. Apparently, I got the other one, but it is not the one that is supposed to fit inside there. So I got somebody get me the other strong one that is 20 liters, but he couldn't get it. We decided to use this 5 liter, which I ended up not liking, and decided to get the 10 liter as I wait to get the other bottle because it's the one that is supposed to fit inside there, not these the quencher. It took me quite some time before figuring out how this thing works. I really got frustrated, but I came to take my time and decided to operate it. The red button is meant for on and off. Yeah, so here I was putting it on, and then we have these buttons over here. We have fetch water. Yeah, that is for fetching water. So if you press the fetching water, that is what it brings you, and it's going to fetch water. And then if you want maybe now to press the part where maybe you want to cool or you want to heat, as for me, I wanted to hit it, but it has to count up to one, up to 0 before you can hit it. So I decided, let me just hit it, experiment and see. So hit it. Yeah, so that is how is it? No, it's boiling. I decided to boil it. Yeah, so I pressed the part where it's supposed to boil, and I wish you could get the sounds, but the background had a lot of noise from TV and the kids. I decided just to mute that part. So thank you for watching until this part. Thank you for being here. Until my next video. Bye guys.